Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift posed for pictures with Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Mecole Hardman and his girlfriend Shariah Gordon after their win over the Baltimore Ravens on Thursday night. Gordon shared two pictures from the celebrations with Taylor kissing Travis on the cheek in one of the images in the aftermath of the dramatic win at Arrowhead Stadium. The Chiefs beat the Ravens 27-20 at Arrowhead Stadium, with Baltimore having a touchdown ruled out in the final second of the game. When it emerged, Isaiah Likely's toe was out of bounds. It meant that Kelce and the Chiefs started the road to a potentially historic Super Bowl three-peat with a win, and they made sure the victory got the celebration it deserved. Travis and Taylor have since flown to New York for the weekend, with Kelce not needed back in Kansas City until Tuesday to prepare for next Sunday's game against Cincinnati Bengals. Kelce later held a party at Prime Social in Kansas City for his team and their partners. Swift certainly arrived to the stadium dressed to party, strutting her stuff in an expensive ensemble. The pop star, 34, made her debut this season sporting a $1,750 Versace denim corset top that had gold Medusa detailing at the top, coupled with a matching pair of denim short shorts. She accessorized the look with a pair of $1,650 sky-high, patent leather Giuseppe Zanotti boots in maroon and small black Louis Vuitton trunk bag with gold hardware that retails for $3,950, in theme with the Chiefs' signature red color. Of course, Page 6 says that the party was intimate and no social media posts of the bash were online. But the outlet reports that no phones were confiscated. Taylor Swift's impact on the NFL and its viewership numbers cannot be understated. Since Swift was spotted in a private suite to support Travis Kelce and the Kansas City Chiefs last season, the NFL has seen its viewership numbers skyrocket as the 34-year-old pop megastar introduced the league to a new demographic. During the 2023 NFL season, it was reported that Swift generated more than $330 million in brand revenue for the league. Additionally, it was reported by Fanatics that Kelce's jersey sales jumped 400% after Swift was spotted supporting the star tight end when the Chiefs took on the Chicago Bears. In terms of viewership numbers, Super Bowl 58 between the Chiefs and San Francisco 49ers was the most viewed Super Bowl of all time, which could be attributed in part to the fact that Swift was present in Las Vegas. While some Chiefs fans were unhappy to see Swift at the game, with some complaining that the broadcast showed her too many times, Swift's impact is undeniable. And it's part of a mix which sees the NFL continue to break records. On Friday, NBC Sports announced that the Chiefs' 2024 season opener against the Baltimore Ravens broke the record for the average audience for an NFL kickoff game. In a statement, NBC Sports reported that the game averaged 28.9 million viewers on NBC and Peacock, 5% more than last year's game between the Detroit Lions and Chiefs. The coverage peaked at 33 million views in the second quarter. Also, the game averaged 4.6 million viewers on Peacock. NBC Sports and the NFL's platforms, which is the second more simul-streamed NBC NFL game ever, trailing only Super Bowl 56. That number is also a 65% increase from last season's game, which garnered 2.8 million viewers. Because of how successful NBC's Peacock deal with the NFL has been, games have been allowed to be played strictly from the streaming service. A case in point is the Philadelphia Eagles matchup with the Green Bay Packers in Brazil. The Eagles and Packers game is the first time the NFL has ever played a game in Brazil, specifically in Sao Paulo. It also marks the first time in 50 years that the NFL is having a game on the first Friday night of the opening weekend. The viewing numbers could be attributed to how consumers approach the streaming service as well. Although many subscribers claim to only pay for Peacock to watch NFL playoff games, it has been revealed that more than half of said subscribers maintain their plan for longer than they say. With how much pull Swift has among her fans, even Chiefs CEO Clark Hunt admitted his surprise at seeing how much Kansas City and the NFL have been affected by it. It caught us by surprise. The game got off to a delayed start due to inclement weather in Kansas City. After a 20 or so minute delay, the game got underway, and the excitement lasted nearly the entire 3 hours. While the Chiefs held a lead for a majority of the game, the Ravens never let it get away. The game ended up coming down to the final seconds, as Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson found tight end Isaiah Likely in the back of the end zone with 0 seconds on the clock, with the Ravens trailing 27-20 before the play. A made extra point would have sent it to overtime. However, upon review, it was determined that Likely's toe was just out of bounds, bringing an end to the game and giving the Chiefs a 1-0 start to the season. The excitement continued after the game, too, as likely called out the Chiefs following the Ravens' opening game loss. "This is probably the worst game we're gonna play all year," likely said of the Ravens after the game. "So if this is the best that they got, good luck in the postseason." For what it's worth, this game was a rematch of last year's AFC Championship game, in which the Chiefs beat the Ravens in Baltimore, 17-10. On Friday, NBC announced that Thursday's game was the second most simulstreamed NBC NFL game ever, topping 3 Super Bowls and only trailing Super Bowl 56 between the Los Angeles Rams and Cincinnati Bengals. Moreover, it topped the viewership from last year's season opener between the Chiefs and Detroit Lions by 5%. That game averaged 27.5 million viewers. While the NFL's opening weekend got off to an exciting start, the history is about to continue. On Friday night, the Green Bay Packers and Philadelphia Eagles are playing the league's first ever game in Brazil. It's also the first opening weekend Friday game in over 50 years. The AFC Championship game rematch between reigning NFL Most Valuable Player Lamar Jackson and defending Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes brought in a huge national television audience. The host Kansas City Chiefs' thrilling 27-20 win over the Ravens on Thursday night was the most-watched NFL kickoff game ever, according to NBC, averaging 28.9 million viewers. It's a 5% increase over last year's 27.5 million viewers for the Detroit Lions vs. Chiefs opener. Despite a roughly 20-minute delay because of thunderstorms that forced players to leave the field and fans to take shelter in the concourse at Arrowhead Stadium, Thursday night's game peaked at 33 million viewers in the second quarter, between 9:30 to 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time. NBC said the viewership numbers are based on live plus same-day custom fast nationals from Nielsen and digital data from Adobe Analytics. Unsurprisingly, Kansas City was the top local market with a 43.4 local rating and 80 share, which means that 80% of all televisions in use in Kansas City were tuned into the game. Baltimore had the second highest local viewership with a 24.5 rating and 60 share, followed by Denver, St. Louis, Norfolk, Virginia, Cincinnati, and Pittsburgh. The game registered a national TV household rating of December 6, 37. The 37 share is NBC's largest for any regular season game since debuting the Sunday Night Football package in 2006. The Thursday night season opener, traditionally hosted by the defending Super Bowl champions, dates to 2002. NBC said it drew 4.6 million viewers on its digital platforms, including the live stream on Peacock, up 65% from last year's season opener. The NFL has been a dominant draw, recording 14 of the top 15 most-watched primetime telecasts in 2023. The Chiefs' playoff win over the host Ravens in January was the most-watched AFC Championship game ever, averaging 55.47 million viewers and peaking at more than 64 million viewers. According to Sportico, Thursday's game was the 17th most-watched U.S. broadcast of 2024 and is currently the year's 12th biggest NFL telecast. But it's still fun to hear his thoughts, and his thoughts on his Super Bowl picks come now just in time for Thursday's Kansas City vs. Ravens opener. The Chiefs are coming off their second straight Super Bowl win. Is that enough to swap the king? "I'm not counting out Patrick Mahomes," he said, "but I just feel like this could be Baltimore's year. They've got Derrick Henry, one of my favorite players in the NFL, so LeBron is going with the Ravens and the Niners, an opinion that the Chiefs can begin to shut down on Thursday Night Football coming right up. Travis Kelce has done it all, with his All-Pro status and his 3 Super Bowl rings.